What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. Today, theme drafts are kicking off. You guys voted. There was a lot of highly rated or highly thumbed up themes, but the one that was at the top of the top comment pile was the lowest rated draft. So I don't know what I'm going to do with regards to chemistry on the lowest rated draft, but we're going to just pick the lowest player from each set of 5 and I'll kind of just go from there. If you guys could drop a thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated. Let's get back into smashing 5k likes per draft. If you want to see more Draft to Glory, just let me know in the comments section below. Let's take a... You know what? I see a lot of... I'm going to struggle this draft anyway because we're taking the lowest rated draft. And I see a lot of people recently using the 4-2-2-2. So let's give it a shot. We can't use the Ronaldos and Messis and such anyway. So wingers are going to be an absolute pointless exercise. And our first player we get to pick is either Vertonghen or Di Maria. Now, in terms of being the lowest rated draft, I understand we have to take the lowest rated players. But what I didn't really think through is if I get like, let's take the next centre back. Jesus, that's a good set, man. That Otamendi would have been so good. We have to take Hedges. Now, when we get a third centre back, if it's like an 82 rated, do we have to play it instead of a Tongan, or do we just have to pick the 23 lowest players and then build the team assorted through those players? I think what we'll do this episode, because we can revisit the lowest rated, right? Because it'll be a different draft every time. Oh, that's actually quite nice. Marcus Rashford could be very, very helpful. I think what we'll do this time is irrelevant to chemistry, irrespective of chemistry, we will just put the 11 lowest rated position-based players in. One of the top comments from yesterday was the fact that you guys did want to see it position-based. So, you know, we're not going to end up with like 11 strikers on, not that we'd end up with 11 strikers anyway. So he's 3-star with 59 pace. He's 2-star, but he's 6'1" with a Hawk Chem style. So that is our 2 attackers so far. Obviously not the greatest. We get Wayne Rooney as well. That's actually sick. I just hope we don't get another Cam or potentially centre mid to go there because, we also get Jordan Henderson or Fernandinho. Now, I'm going to take Jordan Henderson because he fits perfectly and gets strong links all around. And we have Vertonghen. I can't believe that this so far is the lowest rated draft. That's absurd. But I'm happy with it. Next up, we're going to be going with 75 rated Jefferson. It's a very well-rounded card. It's a well-balanced card. Just no exceptional stats anywhere, sadly. And the team, it's already looking a little bit better than I thought it would have been. And we're also going to get Ross Barkley. Now, we can't link him with Wayne Rooney, which is really sad. I wish the 2 Cams had like a little link there. How crazy is it that our lowest rated draft is predominantly Premier League based? Samaras here is... Oh, no, wait. Party is going to be the guy that we pick. And this isn't a bad card. High, 6'1", great stamina, decent stand and slide tackle, decent pace. Party is not going to be the worst player in the world to use. Doesn't get any links with anyone, which is sad. And then at right back, pick of the bunch. What do we want? Bellerin links with Barkley. DeMarcos links with none. Semedo links with none. Kimmich links... We'll take Hector Bellerin then. For low-rated squads, this is doing all right. And then our goalkeeper, we either have Trapp or Hart. And I'm going to take Joe Hart. I can't believe we've actually almost generated a full Premier League team for the lowest rated. That's insane to me. Now, this is where it's going to get tricky, right? Because if, like, I kind of want really high-rated players from this point onwards because the team's not so bad. So what we get here is we have to take... So do we have to take Elisiu because he doesn't even get into the team because he's too high-rated? Or do we have to take a different position that is lower rated than the lowest rated current position, if that makes sense? Now, funnily enough, none of these players fit that mould. So let's take the lowest rated Elisiu, and I'll explain what I mean when we get to the situation that I mean. So, again, we get a choice here of Fabinho or Juanfran. I think Fabinho and putting him at centre-back would probably be... Oh, no, so here's... Yeah, so this is another tricky situation. I can take Fabinho, but I can't play him because he's not lower rated than anybody on the team. So we have to take him... and then we'll put him onto the bench potentially. We get another Fernandinho here, but again, I can't use Fernandinho because Partey is there. Lacazette, De Bruyne, Varane, all too high rated. Fernandinho can come. Hey, we're going to see what we can do with it. It's going to be one draft. What do we get here? Anthony Martial, 82 rated. Now, we will be able to use him as a super sub, which is pretty awesome. Our team is actually coming along quite nicely. Right, this is where it's going to be a problem, because we're going to have to take this guy, Villanueva, 75 rated, and we're going to have to start him, and it's going to have to be instead of Wayne Rooney. Although I'm also going to play Wayne Rooney instead of Ross Barkley, like so. So it's a pretty bad team. I just hope we don't get too many more low-rated players like this. Otherwise, we could be in trouble. We need Belgian or MLS, really. We don't have... Oh, we do have a Belgian goalkeeper. Happy days. This is going to be a big problem, having a silver goalkeeper on 7 chemistry in goal. It's going to be a huge issue. We get to take 77 rated Jordan Lukaku. And again, this is where I have one problem. And I'd love you guys to let me know in the comment section below how you think we should go about this. Lukaku is the lowest rated player of the 5. So by all means, we should take him. However, Lukaku won't get into the team, right? Because Jefferson is 75 rated, so he's too high rated. He won't get into the team. However, Corchia is lower rated than Bellerin, but isn't lower rated than Jordan Lukaku. So, do I have to take Corchia because he goes into the team lower rated, or do I have to take the lowest... I guess we're taking the lowest rated, this one. Or do I have to take the lowest rated player? And that's something that I think I need you guys to decide. Wow, I've got mad lucky here. I was about to have to use Jan Baev, but Bareka here comes up trumps. Does he actually fit into the team? Is he better? He's got more pace. I'll take that. I don't want no slow Jefferson in at left back. Let's go. Next up, we're going to go with Aidan McGeady. Sadly, he doesn't actually fit into a position. So although that's a player that we've had to take, he doesn't get into the team. And also Conti here as well is a player that just doesn't have a position. So we get to take him without having to use him, which is a nice bonus. Ezekiel here is going to ruin everything. He is going to ruin everything because now we don't get to use Marcus Rashford. And then last but not least, we get Staffy Lidis. This is a terrible team. Now I can make it lower rated by putting in the 75s out of position, but I think I've already been dealt enough damage with how bad this team is in the first place. I mean, Ezekiel might be a saviour. He's got 92 pace and lots of jumping. He can jump really well and run really fast. He might be in the wrong sport. Maybe high jumping would be more his, or long jumping would be more his forte. I'm not even gonna put these guys on the reserves on the bench. I'm gonna take the lowest bench and the lowest position-based starting 11 that I can. Did I get a centre back? Didn't even get another centre back that came in lower than Vertonghen. I'm okay with that. Yeah, this is the team that we're going to use, guys. So let's take a manager, hopefully a Premier League manager, just to give the big players a nice boost. Rest of world, hello? That's new. I have never, ever in my life seen a rest of world manager. What's that for? Calcio takes us to 67. The Liga Santander takes us to 66. Rest of world takes us to 66. I'm going to take the Calcio manager because he takes us to 67. So we've got a 78 rated, 67 chemistry team. It's a 145. Now I know you can get it lower rated by just abusing the chemistry completely, but as an efficient official team rating, our lowest rated squad is a 145. I absolutely do not expect to get through the first round here. I just don't think it's going to happen. This team is just not good enough. Whoever I come up against is going to have a field day, but this is the squad. Let's get into the action. Okay guys, into the gameplay we go, and the first opponent we come up against got a 4-1-2-1-2 team. Just straight away the pain in my backside looking at a team like this coming up against a team like mine. I knew it was going to be a struggle, and he immediately took off Gray up front and brought on Cristiano Ronaldo. So we're up against Bale, Ronaldo, Eriksen. And straight off the bat, I could tell this was going to be tough, man. You know, the biggest problem isn't the fact that my team is generally quite slow, has really bad finishing, etc, etc. The biggest problem with this team is that I've got a silver goalkeeper on 7 chemistry. I knew it was just going to be hassle, and we end up conceding the first goal to a Callum Wilson banger. I did get back into this game though, guys. Ezekiel there getting into some space. I actually felt like that was a wrong pass there into the striker, but it worked out well for me. And Wayne Rooney steps into the ball to pop it into the back of the net after 20 minutes. So I pulled it back to 1-1. And although I was quite hanging on with when my opponent was attacking, you know, he just every shot was just a long shot. I mean, like, the goalkeeper's just got no chance, you know. Like, against these kind of players, Bale, Ronaldo, Eriksen, etc., the goalkeeper's really got no chance once he gets a space. So it wasn't a case in this instance of me just trying to defend well and you know, hope the game favours me. It was legitimately a case of me trying to stop this guy having any shot at all, because otherwise I was in trouble. Fortunately enough, even though I went 2-1 down, I pulled it back to 2-2 in the 36th minute. Just before half-time, my opponent gets another goal here. Hazard lays it outright to Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo finds some space back into Hazard, and again, you'll see here, like, just... I can't stop it. I can't man mark him so tight through the whole game. So we went 3-2 down, but I had some tricks up my sleeve. I brought on Marcus Rashford and Aiden McGeady into the second half. Rashford getting down the left-hand side, finds a bit of space here in the box, does pass it to McGeady. McGeady with a beautiful bit of a skill, drag backs in the box. Ezekiel to Henderson. Henderson back to Ezekiel. A lovely drag back from Ezekiel, finds a space, shoots and scores. And we put it back to 3-3. And then sadly, just as I was starting to really get in control of this game, and I felt like I had my opponent on the ropes, I felt like I was just about ready to take the lead, the game freezes, the game disconnects, and the game is essentially void. So although I didn't lose in the first round, I didn't win in the first round, and then I didn't go through in the first round. 5 shots, 5 on target for me. A fair few long shots from my opponent. All of my shots from really good areas, but these attackers, they're just so bad, man. It's like that Djorkovic guy. Horrific. The second opponent we come up against, guys, has got a 4-1-2-1-2 team, and again, just a stressful team to face. Danny Welbeck, who he replaced with Neymar, Fernandinho, Eriksen, Alan Shearer. He's got one of the most meta defences with Bakayoko in there that you could possibly imagine. An icon goalkeeper. I had no chance. I had absolutely no chance in a game like this. But of course, I was still going to give it my absolute best, and that's exactly what we did. However, we concede through a little bit of lag here off the bat. Alan Shearer, nice little bit of work there, finds the ball into Danny Welbeck. The defenders their marking stats aren't good enough, their standing tackle stats aren't good enough, and me personally, I'm not good enough. You know, I wasn't good enough to kind of read the plays and get in and stop the ball from going in. And then the second goal comes not too shortly after the first one. Again, exactly as I expected, to concede a fair few long shots. The ball just falls to Eriksen on the edge of the box, and he fires that. Not a wonder strike by any stretch of the imagination. It was a good height, it was quite central, but the goalkeeper's just not good enough. And just to compound how bad the goalkeeper was, he parries that. A simple header that most other goalkeepers would just catch, and he parries it out to Rafa Varane, who makes it 3-0. And I was just in a bit of trouble this game. This guy had spotted the weaknesses very early in the team. He was abusing those weaknesses, as you would imagine. You know, low chem, no pace. He brought on Neymar pretty quickly after he realised I had no pace in my defence. And he got himself... some nice goals. I did put it back to 3-1 straight off a kickoff though. However, was it straight off a kickoff? Maybe it wasn't straight off a kickoff. He gets the ball here with Neymar. He hits me with a rainbow flick. The game lags a tiny little bit there, but I wouldn't have been able to stop it even if he didn't. So a rainbow flick into a half volley. A really tidy finish from Neymar made it 4-1. I wasn't down and out just yet though. I was definitely giving it a little bit of a shot. I was trying my best to get back into the game, trying my best to just get some goals. We eventually get into the box with Ezekiel. He passes it through to Rashford. Rashford shoots and scores to make it 4-2. I thought with 7 minutes left, you know, if I can nick one by the 88th, 89th minute, I might put some fright into my opponent. I tried the offside trap from kickoff to see if I could just stop conceding from kickoff. Unfortunately, one defender didn't step up until very much too late, and we end up conceding a 5th. So we lose in the first round for the second time. 5-2 there, guys. A deserved victory for my opponent. I just was unable to create anything, and I just absolutely couldn't really stop his long shots from causing me massive problems. So that is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. So guys, it took us 2 games, but we lost in the first round. That just wasn't fun. I'm not going to lie. That just was not enjoyable in the slightest. More specifically, because of the fact I had a silver goalkeeper off chemistry. That was the biggest issue there. He's got terrible diving, terrible reflexes, terrible positioning, terrible kicking, and no chem. Both opponents I played against just absolutely realised that I had him there and took full advantage of that. I actually felt like before the first game disconnected, I felt like I could have won that game. I was much more in that game. I was creating opportunities and generally playing quite well. The second game though, that guy just had a sick team and he put in a few bangers. I think 2 long shots, 1 goal from a corner that got parried from the goalkeeper that he should have caught. And then that sick Neymar goal was pretty nice. I scored a couple of goals back myself, but I missed just too many chances. So in terms of theme drafts, don't make me do this again. This was not enjoyable at all. I'm not surprised I lost in the first round, absolutely. I would hope for a draft token back though, just to save myself some... No, a silver players pack and 2 gold packs. So we're looking for... I'm about 14,000 coins short. Oh, because I played 2 games instead of 1. I got about 1,000 match coins. So I need to generate about 14,000 coins to get back to where I should be at. Look at my record, 101991199999. Lots of 1s and 9s. So let's start with the silver players pack. Now this one could be big in terms of getting your revenue back because of how many expensive silver players there are. I would really hope that we get one of the good ones. We don't get a good shiny card. Let's see if there's any sellable items in here, however. Middlesbrough. What have we got from Christie? 1.5, 1.4. So we'll get 1.2 for him. Oops, didn't mean to put that down to 1,000. 1.2 for him. That's not so bad. The Saudi striker, is he going to have any value? Yes. We'll also get about 1.2 for him. So that's about 2,500. That's 3,500 back altogether. Let's have a look at the MLS left back. Okay, so we'll get some coins for him, but we're going to hold on to him for now, just because when marquee matchups or league SBCs come, his price will probably go up. The same with the rest of these, really. I'm just going to hang on to these for the time being until they're worth something. But all silver players at one stage or another are worth 500 to 1,500 coins. So off the back of that, we'll get, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 4,000 to 5,000 coins more out of this pack outside of the 3.5k we've already made back. So that puts us to about 8,500 coins. I know it's future coins and not immediate profit back, but they will come. So that puts us to, like I say, to about 8,500 coins. This one will go for 200. We won't even consider that into the value of the pack. So 8,500 is where about I'd say we're at, and 2 gold packs to go. So we need 6,500 coins between these 2 packs to make our money back from this draft over time. Not immediately, but over time. So I don't think you can make 6,500 coins unless you get mad lucky. And especially, I suppose a Super League player might have some value. Okay, so another 1,000 coins from him. So that leaves us needing 5,500 coins. The contracts and the fitness card will say that's 1,000. That leaves us needing 4,500 coins. Let's have a look at this guy. Oh damn, is he like 700? Maybe 600. So that leaves us needing 3,900 coins. And we'll list this dude up as well for 600. That leaves us needing 3,300 coins. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Worst case scenario, we're only going to lose a couple of thousand coins out of this draft. Now, considering we lost in the first round, I'm quite okay with that. We don't get a shiny gold player. Like I said, we need about 3,000 to 3,500 coins from this pack just to make it work. We get Clavan, silver, and that guy. Let's say 1,000 coins again for those dudes. So 2,500 coins to make our money back. Oh, this guy's up there at 1,000. That leaves us needing 1,500 coins. You know what? We might have just about broke even, which is insane. Depending on the value of Clavan, we need 1,500 coins. Clavan's going for 700, so we need 800 coins. With the discard value of this pack and this guy that will probably sell for about 700 as well, I think we've just broken even. And I'm absolutely okay with that. And 410 coins back from discarding those. I'm absolutely fine with that. Considering how bad one of those items sold as well. Considering how bad that draft was and the fact we lost in the first round, I am more than happy with the fact that, okay, maybe those silvers don't sell for as much as I wanted them to, but we still would have made 10 to 12,000 coins back off of a round 1 exit. I'm more than happy with that. Sometimes I don't make that much money back after winning the draft. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. I hope you enjoyed the lowest rated draft. I know I didn't. Let me know in the comment section below what you want to see for the next themed draft. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.